New York has a brand. And when people see it, it means something. You know, when we go there, it's not, Kansas doesn't have a brand. When you go there, okay, you're from Kansas. No. Yeah, well, you know what? But New York has a brand.
America's spike in violent crime is clearly a joke to New York City Mayor Eric Adams. He doesn't care about his constituents fearing for their lives. He'd rather party at nightclubs with celebrities or show off his below-average dance moves in Times Square. Every single day after we witness video after video coming out of the Big Apple depicting horrendous acts of violent crime, all under the watch of Mayor Adams and the Trump-obsessed Attorney General Letitia James. And sadly, yesterday, New York's brand of murder claimed another victim. Meet 61-year-old, 25-year FDNY EMS veteran Lieutenant Alison Russo-Elling. Yesterday, while on duty, she went on a lunch break and never came back. This beautiful woman was savagely stabbed 24 times by a deranged lunatic in broad daylight and left to die on the sidewalk. Out of respect to Lieutenant Russo-Elling's family and the sheer disturbing nature of this video, we decided to heavily edit and blur that footage. Believe me, folks, you don't want to see the unblurred version. It is truly gut-wrenching to watch. You might ask yourself who's going to make the stop. Well, one man is determined to unseat the incompetent, Trump-deranged Letitia James and rein in New York's raging crime wave. Michael Henry is the Republican candidate for New York Attorney General, and he joins me now. Michael, welcome. Glad to have you here.
Thank you very much for having me, Jen.
You know, tough times in New York State, especially in New York City. We see this crime. The FDNY lieutenant that we just referenced, she was also a first responder on 9/11. She gave her all to this city, and this is how it ends for her. I mean, on the sidewalk of the city that she protected and called home. It is just so sad. If you win this race, tell us how you are going to make the people of New York safer.
Sure. Right now, we have a serious crime problem in New York. For example, in New York City, crime is up 36%. We have 41% rise in hate crimes, 49.1% rise in transit crimes. Rochester has one of the highest murder rates in the country. So what I would do as the next Attorney General is, number one, I would push for the full repeal of cashless bail. This law is not working. I don't believe in amendments to it, because if you make amendments, it's just going to be more convoluted. And we're in a situation right now where we're the only state out of 50 states that does not allow a judge to take in dangerousness when setting bail. The other thing I would do is work in conjunction with local district attorneys to make sure that they have the resources they need to fight crime. And then I would also push program bills with the state legislature to try and get a hold on this crime crisis. What we seen yesterday with Lieutenant Alison Russo-Elling, who was stabbed not too far from where I live, was disgusting. She dedicated her life to helping people in dire times. She was viciously stabbed by an unprovoked attack where this man apparently had some mental health issues. We don't know all of what happened, but her mother blamed it on the crime crisis. And I could tell you, I've been to multiple police officer funerals since I've been a candidate, and I'm tired of watching police officers and first responders in particular being attacked. And when I am the Attorney General, just like I am now, I will stand up for the police and the first responders who get up every day and go and risk their lives for complete strangers. That takes a special type of person. And to die 6 months before her retirement in an unprovoked attack on her lunch break is disgusting.
It is, and I really hope voters in New York are paying attention. You know, I'm not sure if you saw this, I hope you did, but last week in Wilmington, North Carolina, former President Trump, he had some very kind things to say about you at his Save America rally. Let's take a listen to that.
Thankfully, the latest polls show that Peekaboo James is losing to her Republican challenger this fall. He's very good, too. He's a great guy. He's a real crime fighter. We love you. And we wish Michael a lot of luck, because he's representing a lot of people that want to see New York change. It's a crime-ridden place.
That praise is coveted coming from the former president. In the recent poll that he was referencing there, it's from the Trafalgar Group. It shows you in the lead against Tish James by a percentage point. Got about 30 seconds. How confident are you feeling heading into November?
I'm feeling very confident because New Yorkers are sick and tired of the crime crisis, the corruption crisis, the COVID crisis, the cost of living crisis. And what New Yorkers understand is that Michael Henry is going to fight for victims' rights while Letitia James is going to fight for criminals' rights. Michael Henry is going to investigate pay-to-play corruption while Letitia James is going to turn a blind eye to pay-to-play corruption. Michael Henry is going to fight for economic policies that are going to allow our economy to grow, while Letitia James is going to support economic policies that put a stranglehold on economic growth in the state. And for more information, people could go to michaelhenry4ag.com because we have the momentum and we have the best polling numbers of any Republican statewide in over 20 years in the state of New York.
Well, Michael Henry, we wish you the best, and we'll keep following this race, and we'll hope to have you back soon. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jen.